Rachel, and who are we looking out for today?
I think Angela Naeth, it'll be really interesting to see how she has gotten back from injury, and a pretty nasty injury. You know, she's had surgery on her hand. But then you've got Lisa Roberts, who has also had some great races here. She holds the run course record. So I would expect Lisa to come through towards the end of the race if she's really going to vie for the win today.
Yeah, generally about 10 to 15 minutes slower than the other women out there on the bike, but she is also about 5 to 10 minutes faster in running. Michelle Vesterby unfortunately has had to withdraw from today's race. Lenny Ramsley is out there. Melanie McQuaid from Canada, she's been an incredible athlete over her duration of the career. Kelly Filnow is in there from the USA. Katie Morales, Robin Hardage from Canada, Melanie Baumann from Switzerland is in there, and Pamela Alvarez from Mexico as well. So looks like Lisa Roberts and Angela Naeth are two favourites starting out here in the women's race today, but we are underway.
Everything's okay, but everything takes time for adjustment. But Katie Morales right now, she adjusted all right to the Tennessee River today. She had no problems navigating the way around. She was actually quite good at that, Rachel. She was head up just about every other stroke and made her way through the course here very, very nicely. So coming up to that 48-minute mark for our first woman coming out of the water here today, and that's going to be Katie Morales from the USA. So Katie Morales has done very, very well in the early goings of our swim course at the moment here, and then she'll be heading out onto the bike as our leader today. She's had 7 finishes as an Ironman athlete here. Her best place in an Ironman race was Ironman Wisconsin twice in 2016 and last year in 2018. She's also had a bunch of really good races at the Ironman 70.3 distance as well. So Katie Morales in her 8th Ironman.
Her swim skin off before she heads up that ramp, and I really would you really have to control yourself as you go up a steep climb like this. It is really easy to let your heart rate spike, and you can see she just kind of eases her way up. It's still hard work, you have to get up there, but she's taking it steady.
So you mentioned before some of our men's athletes heading out of the water that stripped their swim skin, had their swim skin on, but they stripped their bike outfit all the way down to the hips, whereas Katie Morales right now, she had her bike skin all the way pulled up over the shoulders. So it's whatever you're comfortable with, it's personal preference. You get out there and you train like that, and they're the things that you do learn in training, and if you don't try it in training, you'll never know what works on race day. So well done to Katie Morales for doing what's right for her as she now heads into the women's change area right now at this year's Ironman race right here in Chattanooga, as we can see some of our men's athletes still streaming into the tent as well. So Katie Morales was fast enough to overtake around about half a dozen of our men's way of explaining it there, swim skin or a speed suit. They're the two words that we use for that. As we get our next women athletes just coming out off the water right now, we can just see that two of them swimming alongside of each other today, running up into the transition area. We'll get you caught up to speed in just a few moments as our tracker delivers all of our splits here today, and there's a couple more comments just coming coming through. A true honour to be one of the slowest swimmers out there on the Wednesday night boat swims. Thank you, Steve Rogers, for just giving that away from Robert Starnesis, past winner of the Sam Land Award as the slowest swimmer. Thank you very much.
So we just saw Angela Naeth coming out of the water there with another woman. She's got a bit of a gap there. I would say it's 3 or 4 minutes back from the women's leader, but I don't think she'll be too concerned. She has, I would say, her injury has probably impacted her swim training the most. She broke her hand earlier this season, but she's not too far back, and we know she has a very strong bike leg on her. She is actually the bike course record holder and the overall course record holder. So she has good memories from this race.
So Katie Morales is leading our pro women's race at the moment. Antoine Joliquet-de-Roche, we know that he was the swim leader.
Man, so recently in her body, it does take time to really get the body
the electrolytes back into the body, so she knows that if she's got to give herself a fighting chance today, hydration and nutrition is really important. And another factor is
been pretty much the same all day long. And when you look at somebody's turnover like this, you've just got to put it down to guts and determination and just the sheer will of getting to that finish line. Racing just 5 weeks ago in an Ironman, and the injuries we've talked about all day. That she's had a very tough 2 years, and to get herself back into this position and to actually win this Ironman race is going to be something that she's going to look back at one day and just say, man, I had a rough couple of years at it, but look what I did. I faced all of that adversity. It was mentally tough. It was physically tough, but I did it. And if I can do that, I can do anything. And I think that's what she'll take away from this day today. And looking back at Ironman Cozumel at the end of last year, she was second place in that, which pretty much solidified. I think going back to Kona for her. But in Hawaii last year, she did that. And got 8th place, which was so good after such a tough year. It was very, very impressive. So it was really good for this young lady, and and then just finishing Copenhagen 5 weeks ago has been absolutely fantastic with a 4th place. But coming into this race today, you had to put her on one of the the top spots. She was one of the favourites going into the race. But did you think that it was possible for her to come away with a victory like this?
Knowing Angela, I knew it was a definite possibility. She's a class athlete, there's no doubt about it. And yes, the big question mark was how she was going to build and get where her fitness was after the beginning of the year, breaking her rib. But it's the grit that I see, the amount she loves racing and how she really races herself into fitness. You can see that from the Ironman she's started and the ones that she's finished this year. We've got Jennifer Martinez on Facebook saying she looked like she's in pain. I'm pretty certain she's in a lot of pain. I think anyone at this point in an Ironman is hurting a lot, and she's been having a poker face, almost like she doesn't want to admit to herself how much her legs have been hurting throughout this marathon. But now she's kind of loosening up a bit. I think she knows that she's got the win now, so she doesn't need to keep that poker face quite so much. And I think we'll start to see a smile creep in as she can hear the finishing chute, and she's not far off now at all.
The finish is just off to her right shoulder, but she's got to run around to the left. It's all downhill now as she makes her way to that finish line with around about 500 to 600 metres to run at this point of the course. And Angela Naeth, she can be very proud today. She had a very good swim. She was out in 3rd place. She jumped onto the bike in 2nd place, but it didn't take her long to get into the lead of the bike. At approximately 1 hour and 52 minutes into it, Angela Naeth, the Canadian, got into the lead of this race. Ever since then, she's done very well. She extended her lead on the bike course, and then it was right up until the last part of the bike course where it kept on extending. She got a quick 5 minutes on the last third of the bike course over the rest of the competition, and then she accelerated onto the run course where she was losing time to her other athletes out to her competition. But right up until the end, she was stoic. She was strong all day long. She did not give an inch, and that's what I think the telling story is going to be for Angela Naeth today, is how strong she was, how she didn't give an inch to a competition, and a competition just couldn't deal with that, and it was the pressure, and that she just applied all day long, and that was good enough for the victory.
Yeah, exactly. And, I think Angela could find herself in the top 10 overall today. Not too many men crossing the line in front of her. And I'm wondering if we'll see a little bit of emotion from Angela at the end. When you've come through a really rough year and you've experienced the lows that come with sport. When you reach the highs, I think you appreciate it that bit more. But she's looking good. She's got the win now, but she's ticking along nicely, and I'm sure she just wants to get to that finish line as quickly as possible at this point.
I think she's running on memory at the moment, because I just saw her, just chuck a whole bunch of nutrition into her mouth at the last minute, and anybody that has to do that within 500 metres to go to the finish line is certainly hurting. Look at that. She has a mouthful of nutrition at the moment, just chomping away, because she knows that to get to a finish line at this point is the main concern. She knows now the glasses go on top of the head. She accelerates one more time. She starts to acknowledge the crowd, and there's the wry smile you were talking about, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she knows she's got it now. I wonder if she was taking that nutrition. She wants to perform at the post-race interview. But she's, you know, I think we're going to see some emotion from Angela. She's not overly emotional, but this means a lot to her. You know, she's come through a lot. She's had a lot of DNFs, and here she is celebrating. I think she's going to reap all the energy that's coming from this finishing shoot, and a big smile as she makes her way to the finish line.
Third out of the swim, second onto the bike. She led off the bike, and good enough for the victory today. Angela Naeth, she threw down the fastest bike split of the day, and that was good enough to set her up for a 14.5-minute lead off the bike. The other athletes were coming into the fray. They challenged her all the way.
Chattanooga champion, Angela Naeth.
24th mile, she started getting back into it again, but it was too little too late, as you know, Angela Naeth was good enough for the victory today in just over 9 hours and 18 minutes. So it looks like Lisa Roberts is going to come up about 3.5 minutes short.
Yeah, and it's a testament to Lisa's you know, she really put herself out there. She went for it right at the beginning of the run, and she set a very fast pace. She had that rough patch, and that happens in Ironman. You can't always predict it; it just does. And she's rallied, and she's going to come home with a very, very solid second place, and I'm sure she's going to be relieved to see that finishing shoot very soon.
It's about 12.5 minutes, the difference in the bike times today, so that's where, Angela Naeth has certainly won her race, and she knew it. She knew that she had to get out there, ride the bike of her life today. She rode a 5 hours and 51 seconds, as opposed to the 5:12.58 by Lisa Roberts, and right now the total time, on Lisa Roberts is 3:07 through 25.9 miles. So she's going to run just over that 3:10 marker, just like Angela Naeth today. So what a great race these two women have given us all the way down to the finish line with a 53.53, 8th place swim today for Lisa Roberts. Absolutely incredible, just giving it everything all the way up to the finish line here on the Hoka One run course, as she's now in the finisher chute. Lisa Roberts has given us a great race. Good enough for a little wave. Yeah, wave to the camera. Lisa Roberts from the USA in third place of the 2019 Little Debbie Ironman Chattanooga. McKee, a family bakery race here. This is good enough for second place. Second rung on the podium today. Rachel, what an incredible race.
Yeah, it was really close, and she's happy. She knows that she did everything she could to put herself in the position to win, and she fell short today, but I think that's as much to do with Angela's performance and grit today as anything else, and she's enjoying this finishing shoot as she gets second place today.
In second place,
with just over 9 hours and 22 minutes on the clock, that is just under a 4-minute victory for Angela Naeth. As she celebrates now, and Lisa Roberts in second place, collapsing at that finish line right now, and she's okay. She just wants to have a little bit of a rest as she just catches her breath after a very intense run out there on this wonderful course in Chattanooga. A tough day, 34 degrees outside Celsius, 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and a great way to finish this race off today. Lisa Roberts in second place.
Yeah, she gave everything, and you could see she'd been dreaming of getting off her feet and lying down for probably the last 10K of that race, and she's delighted. It's good to see. She wanted the win, but delighted that with second place, and I believe that's her husband there to greet her at the finish line.
Well, a great way to celebrate today, Lisa Roberts, as she gets across that line. Angela Naeth, a nice little embrace by the champions here today. First and seconds in our pro women's division out there today. Angela Naeth, the victor from Canada.